What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of TC Unleashed, where my goal is simply to get you to challenge yourself. I'd like to talk a little bit about waiting and asking for permission to do things that you feel like you want to do or need to do in life, but you wait for other people's approval. It's almost like waiting for permission to go ahead and proceed with your mission. And I think that's truly one of the things that stops us all, or those of us who have dreams and aspirations from just getting started. You wait for other people to tell you that it's okay, that your idea is okay. You know, you wait for approval for somebody that's important to you to say that's a great idea. And that's a huge mistake, guys. That is a very huge mistake. Stop waiting around for people to give you permission. Stop waiting for somebody to co-sign for you to be happy. If whatever that hobby is that makes you happy, and you're not starting it because you're worried that you're not going to be appreciated for it, are you waiting for permission to see if it's a good idea? It's a good idea because you think it's a good idea. That's all the permission that you need. That business that you're ready to start or that you've been thinking about starting, get started, man. Stop waiting for people's permission. You don't need nobody's permission in order for you to do you. That comes down to you. You know what I'm saying? Waiting on people to tell you it's okay for you to have a great idea, for you to feel good about the idea that you have, for you to think that this hobby that you like so much is a great idea, for you to go out and do something different. If that makes you feel good, then do it. Stop thinking to yourself, nobody's going to like it. Nobody's going to understand. Somebody's going to understand it the same way you do. And somebody's going to like it as much as you do. Somebody's going to appreciate it as much as you do. So please, stop waiting for permission. The only permission that you need is yours. For a lot of us, we won't get started because we're waiting for somebody else to tell us it's okay. You need a stamp of approval, but you really don't. It goes back to that pat on the back I talk a lot about in my videos, guys. You don't need nobody's pat on the back to get started. You just need to get started. And I'm always talking about this, to get started. That is what I'm about. Encouraging people to get started. That's what this channel was built on. That is what this channel was built on. Encouraging people to get started. Encouraging people to unleash desires and passion, all that creativity that they keep bottled up inside because they're waiting for permission, for somebody to co-sign, or for somebody to tell them it's a good idea, for somebody to tell them I like it, for somebody to give them that pat on the back. We're in a pandemic, as I constantly remind people. Get within yourself, man. Break out of that fear of needing, or break out of that need that you have of needing somebody to tell you to get started. Break out of that need that you have for somebody to tell you you have permission. This was a good idea. Now you can go. No, you need to tell yourself, you need to give yourself permission to get up and go. Then you have to get up and go. Stop talking about it. Stop thinking about it. Stop throwing ideas out there to people hoping somebody will say, oh yeah, go ahead and do it. You know what they might do is run with that idea. That's what they might do. You just keep talking about it and talking about it. No. Apply some of that to yourself, my man. Give yourself permission to do whatever it is that creative mind is trying to unleash. To do whatever it is in your heart that you find desirable to do to assist others. Because you have something to offer, just like everybody else. give yourself the permission to go ahead and do it. If God put it in your heart and your mind, you've already been given permission. Know that. After that, you don't need nobody else's permission but your own. Get started. You don't need, for fear is another thing you asking for permission from. Kick fear in the butt. Make fear kick rocks by doing something different. Make anybody else's opinion kick rocks by giving yourself opinion, by giving yourself permission. That's all it takes. You will feel the burden lift off of yourself. Once you take that first step and give yourself permission to get started on whatever it is. Think about it. It's natural to be fearful of new things. It's natural to be fearful, so expect that. That's a given. It's something different. That should give you more motivations to step into it. It's something new. Something you're going to learn from at the least. So you're not losing, but you got to give yourself permission. You can't wait. You can't keep flipping ideas out there to people and talking to people about what you think is a good idea and how you feel about it, hoping somebody will say, you know what, that's a great idea. But again, you might get that person to say, you know, keep talking. And they're going to have the balls to apply that, part of my friends, but they're going to have the heart to try that, to give themselves permission to try that idea of yours. Why do you think it feels good to you? Because it's a good idea. God gave it to you. God put it in your heart. Why do you think it keeps you up at night? Because it's a good idea. But you got to give yourself permission to start doing it, man. You got to give yourself permission to not wait for permission. You understand what I'm saying? It's that simple. Stop thinking about it. The more you're thinking about it, the less moves you making. You're going to keep thinking about it and wondering about it. Stop with nobody ain't coming to save you, and I say that every time because it's the truth. Save yourself by giving yourself permission to let go of that fear and just get started. You're going to have constant things hitting you in the back of your head of why you can't do it. But every time, I'll give you a trick. Every time you could think of a reason why you shouldn't do it, try to come up with a reason why you should do it. And write it down real quick before you forget. Write it down in detail so you'll remember why you decided this was a good idea from the beginning. Sometimes that's what you need to do. Write it down so you don't forget. But don't wait for other people to give you permission to do it. Every time you wait for that pat on the back, every time you wait for somebody to tell you, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, I wish I would have thought of that. In order to motivate you to get started, what happens when you get in the middle of it and you're not sure where to go from there? Now you're going to sit around and wait for somebody until somebody else can give you permission again? Nah, that's not how it works. You're never going to go anywhere. You're going to continue to get stuck and continue to be back in the same position you're at now, complaining to yourself and being mad at. It's so easy to give the blame to somebody else on the reasons why you can't. Point the finger at this person and point the finger at that person. Or the reason why is because I got a baby. The reason why is because my job, I got to work so many hours. The reason why is because I got a sick person over here I got to take care of. Man, you got to make time. And as soon as you give yourself permission to do whatever it is you're thinking and feeling, you'll find the time. You'll make that time. In between whatever it is you got going on, because that's what you desire. That's what you need to unleash. That's what you need to unleash. So you'll find the time. you'll feel that burden lifted because at least you trying. At least you getting started. And the more you do, the better you're going to feel. The more confident you're going to feel. But you have to give yourself permission to just get started. God bless as always, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, if you find anything in this video that you liked or that touched you in any shape, form, and fashion, guys, please subscribe. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. God bless. TC out.